future holds nothing else but confrontation.
Contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit and is for the Ucw Zero Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, weighing in at a combined weight of 410 pounds, from Mexico City, Mexico, Dragon and Guerrero, Azteca.
UCW fans, we are back here at the UCW Arena, waiting to see some tag team action here. Being called out at this moment is Dragon and Guerrero Azteca, a tag team bringing a little bit of culture and diversity to UCW Zero. Both these competitors very good at their individual talents, we'll say. They use their size. You look at the difference. You got Dragon. He could pull something out of nothing, as I've been saying before. These smaller guys have to deal with their size and use it as their advantage. They throw their bodies around. They can pull a flip or a kick out of anywhere. And they're just hard to hold down. So, makes a man hard pin. And then you have a man like Guerrero Azteca. A man that's not going to be flipping around. Does he have the ability to? Yes. But with a man that size, you're going to have to try and go through him rather than around him.
And their opponents weighing in at a combined weight of 2 tons of awesomeness, from your girlfriend's bedroom, and the current UCW Zero Tag Team Champions, Dante Acosta, Braden Austin, Team Bad.
Team Bad, Dante Acosta, Braden Austin. Stealing something out of my playbook from your girlfriend's bedroom. That is something a former Tristan Gallo used to have. And you know what? There's that Tristan Gallo guy was far better looking than any of these guys in the ring here. Just saying it. Look him up, Google him. He's a very good looking man. But I do have to say, in all seriousness, these guys are one of the youngest here in UCW. But that means, I don't know if people here remember when they were younger, if you're still young, you don't care about consequences usually. I remember, hey, I still don't care about consequences, but most people, all right, I'm going to wear these glasses.
Team Bad weighing in, I hated to say it, 2 tons of awesomeness. These kids are the cockiest kids I think I've ever seen. From Generation Me, they believe everything should be given to them as if they were born with a silver spoon in their mouths. I can't even believe they have the belts, but they've got a formidable team tonight, Martin Cusaus and Guerrero Azteca and Dragon.
You know what? Just first off, we're going to get to this match, but how do I look? I got these glasses on that they've given me. Do I look pretty good?
Champ, you look better than they do. I'll say that right now.
I was saying that just before you got here. I look fantastic. They remind me of an old Tristan Gallo, a guy that you once knew.
I'm familiar with Tristan Gallo.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. I liked him.
Well, I don't know about nice. He was a character, to say the least, Martin Cusaus. Referee Junior Greenhorn now bringing the belts to the announcing table. You know, this is going to be a great match. You've got Guerrero Azteca, who is a bruiser, to say the least. His tag team partner, the high-flying Mexican luchador-style wrestler. You're very familiar with that, Martin Cusaus.
Very, very familiar with my experience there in Lucha Underground.
Absolutely. This is going to be a great match. These two kids, though, every week it seems like they find a way to pull a victory out. I can't believe it. I'm surprised they're still the champions. And if I had it my way, maybe you and I ought to get in the ring after this is over and teach these kids a lesson.
You know what? I'm very much for that. Let's form a tag team right now. And look at the athleticism. You know what? I try to say I'm athletic. I know I'm athletic. But some of that stuff he can't do. There's Dante Acosta's hip ups, as you normally say it.
I guess that was his response to Dragon. And it was a somersault, wasn't it, Casals?
It was definitely a somersault. Nothing like what the likes of what Dragon pulled off.
Collar and elbow tie-up, and now Dragon takes it right into that arm ringer as he continues to work the pressure on the left arm. But there's a bit of athleticism from Dante Acosta.
See, whether their egos are bigger than their bodies or not, you have to give it to them that these two are very athletic on Team Bad.
Absolutely. We all know Dante Acosta's athletic background. He was a high school wrestler, a standout high school wrestler. Oh, wow, but look at Dragon with a nice move of his own. Wow, and Guerrero Azteca with a big smile on his face. He loves seeing his tag team partner do what he does in the ring. Now let's see, nice hurricanrana by Dragon. And Dante Acosta quickly crawls to his tag team partner, Braden Austin. I don't think Braden Austin wants any piece of this kid, Martin.
See, I was telling the fans before you were able to get here that people like Dragon, it's hard to catch them. They are in the air. They're always flipping. They're always hard to get your hands on them. So it's hard to pin them.
Absolutely.
And then you got people like Guerrero Azteca, where he's not going to be doing those flips. Can he do them? Yes. But rather than trying to flip around him, you're going to have to try and go through him. This man is a power wrestler with heart like mad.
Guerrero Azteca, of course, always fond of talking about his favorite wrestler, the late Eddie Guerrero. He seems to fashion or style himself after Eddie Guerrero. He is a bruiser, to say the least, but he is athletic. You can see it right there, the big 230-something pound man rolling up Braden Austin, who's much smaller than Guerrero Azteca. But Azteca seems to be out-wrestling the young Braden Austin, this brazen kid. He's got to be wondering what's happened now. I mean, this big man is going to inflict some punishment. And Braden Austin takes a DDT. Wow.
So you notice how Guerrero Azteca, the bigger of the four in the ring right now, does he need to be running around and flipping around? No, but he's just proven that he can. There with the Aztec chop right through the chest.
He almost chopped Braden Austin through the middle of the ring with that Aztec chop. Let me tell you something, folks. I have been in the ring with Guerrero Azteca. He is a bruiser. He'll mess you up for weeks to come. And you got to think Braden Austin, yeah, he gets to the corner. Smart move, kid. Really smart move. And Dante Acosta now taking his time getting in the ring.
Smart tag team wrestling here. Go in there, do your thing, switch out. Smart tag team by both of these people. It's just, I do have to hand it to him. As a young, inexperienced tag team with the team from Mexico, Guerrero Azteca and Dragon, inexperienced together. However, that's very smart tag team wrestling. Getting the fresh guy in there to try and win this match.
I love the way you roll your R's when you say Dragon and Guerrero Azteca. Nice job, Martin Casals.
This is what happens when you hang out at Lucha Underground with the luchadoras from Mexico City. They probably run the path with Dragon, and unfortunately, hopefully, none of my luchador friends have ever experienced a move like that. However, I think they have. That is a vicious right on the neck. I don't know if you've ever experienced a move like that, honestly, Deacon. Have you ever had that experience of a move like that?
You know, if I did, I'm sure it jarred my memory, and I jarred it right out of my memory. That'll definitely knock you out if you're not careful. I'm surprised Dragon's able to get out of that one, but he's still fighting. He's a fighter, to say the least. He may not be the biggest man in the ring, but he's going to give you 120% every time he comes in. And now he's tagged in the big man, Guerrero Azteca, spine buster. My goodness.
Forceful.
Wow, with authority, Guerrero Azteca plants Braden Austin, and this thing could be over. It looks like it. Oh, he fakes that big Azteca.
An homage to his Aztec heritage.
Oh, my goodness. And there's Dante Acosta sticking his nose in.
Do you ethically? No, that wasn't the right thing to do by Dante Acosta. Was it best for his team's match? Yes. As you can see, Guerrero Azteca paying homage to his Aztec heritage, back with the Aztecs, pulling the living hearts out of their colleagues for human sacrifice. Pulling that out there, and you see Dante Acosta stopping the impending doom of Braden Austin.
Braden Austin now taking advantage of Dante Acosta's work outside the ring as he attacks Guerrero Azteca, who's been caught off guard. Azteca clearly the bigger man, but he's facing a double team right now, and Dante Acosta with a series of right hands trying to beat the big man down. as Dragon stands in the corner cheering on his tag team partner. Now look at Azteca, that huge show of strength. I mean, he's got to outweigh Dante Acosta by at least 100 pounds. That's why Acosta goes to the eyes for the eye rake.
Again, ethically, no, I don't agree. Is it smart for the end game of your match? Yeah, most definitely. But I agree with it? No. But that is how these guys are the tag team champions. They take advantage of opportunities that come around. And as you see, they're the ones wearing the gold.
Look at the smirk on Dante Acosta's face. This young, cocky kid thinks he's on top of the world because he has those belts. We'll see after tonight's over as Guerrero Azteca delivers that snap suplex. And there's Braden Austin coming in. Come on. The referee's got to gain some order. Was there a tag?
There was no tag that I have seen.
Guerrero Azteca taking things into his own hands, and there's Dante Acosta right on the back of the head. A kick to the ribs, and he is really unloading on Guerrero Azteca right now.
Smart wrestling by the two smaller guys. Don't let the big guy stand up. You're bigger than a guy when he's on his knees.
Oh, there's one of those big chops by Guerrero Azteca. Oh, and he slapped Azteca in the face. Azteca close to his partner. I'm surprised Dragon's not reaching out for the tag. There he goes. Choking on the second rope is Dante Acosta, choking Guerrero Azteca. Referee Junior Greenhorn has him break the hold, and Acosta wisely takes the big man right back to his corner. You know, smart tag team wrestling. I don't like these kids, Martin Casals, but they know what they're doing in the ring.
They definitely know what they're doing here. That's why they have the gold. I don't agree with some of the stuff they do, but hey, it's been paying off. They have egos beyond what I believe personally, beyond their talents, but they do have an amazing amount of talent here.
Well, there's a reason they hold the belts, and that is that they are one of the best. I'm not going to say the best tag team because they have yet to prove it to me. They won those belts, in my opinion, not straight up. They won them, of course, from the 801 district, Los Mochi Paco and the Rockstar Junior X, as you hear that slap come thundering down on the back of Guerrero Azteca.
What a dick.
I'm at a loss for words suddenly right now.
Yeah, well, I can say that because, you know what? We're PG-14, so I can say what I want. And what a dick. Well, adding insult to injury, chopping the back of his rib cage, knocking the wind out of you, and making sure your heart skips a few beats there.
Of course, Braden Austin's middle name is Richard. That's, I think, what my broadcast partner is referring to right now.
Yeah, most definitely. That's
suplex.
Exactly it.
Here's that Eddie Guerrero. You can see it. All good things come in threes. There's a second one. Is he going? I thought he was going for a third one, but Guerrero Azteca simply gets up. He really wants to finish this kid. And Braden Austin, oh my gosh, a kick to the shin of Guerrero Azteca.
You can tell the inexperience in tag team wrestling of Guerrero Azteca. He's on top. He's been taking a beating. Go and try to make a tag. That is the inexperience here.
Wait a minute now. Dante Acosta and Braden Austin grabbed the belts right beside my broadcast partner, Martin Casals. Don't tell me they're leaving.
These guys knocked over my microphone. Are they
leaving?
leaving?
Referee Junior Greenhorn, he's at 6 right now. Of course, the belts will not change hands on a disqualification. If these two athletes do not get back in the ring, it's going to be over. Wait a minute now. Referee Junior Greenhorn says, ring the bell. Ring the bell. It's over. It's going to be a disqualification, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners as a result of a disqualification. Guerrero Azteca and Dragon.
Not the way these guys wanted to be winners tonight. Beltless. As we said before, on a count-out win, the belts don't change hands. However, you might have walked away with some sweet glasses. Do you want glasses? Let's go.
Guerrero Azteca seems a little bit less than thrilled that these two young punks walked out. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with more wrestling action from Salt Lake City after this commercial break. Keep it right here. Ucw Zero.
BR Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero, Utah's best live pro wrestling action in Salt Lake City, Utah, at the UCW Training Center, 47 South Orange Street. Tickets are $10 for general admission and $3 for kids 6 and under. Doors open at 6 p.m. and bell time is 6:30 p.m. For more information, go to www.ucwzero.com or call 801-699-7977. And remember, do not try this at home. We are trained professionals. Leave it to us. We are Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero. Motivational pain.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit and is for the UCW Zero Ultra X Championship. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Sierra Rose, weighing in at 187 pounds from Salt Lake City, Utah, he is Zack James.
Welcome back, everybody. We got coming to the ring, Zack James, one hell of an athlete, if I can say so myself. Accompanied by the beautiful and quite feisty Sierra Rose. I do have to say, this is one of my favorite opponents of all the things that I've done. I love wrestling Zack James. Whenever my encounters with Sierra Rose have come about, she has a hard slap, so they're not exactly my favorite times. And they've been on and off like every other relationship. But hey, you can't keep a girl, you can't keep a girl. But much love here to Zack James. I really am rooting for him during this tournament. Just athleticism, bigger than his size himself.
And his opponent, weighing in tonight at 222 pounds from Salt Lake City, Utah, and the current UCW Zero Ultra X champion, ladies and gentlemen, Manny Fresh.
Coming to the ring now, we got Manny Fresh, a relatively new comer here. He's been working his butt off in the gym, in the ring, working to get to this Ultra X championship belt, and hey, it's around his waist right now. He's got that Ultra X title belt right now, and you know what? To be quite frank, from what I've seen from this kid, he deserves it. Looks like from the fans' point of view, there's signs out here that says Fresh is the future, and he's making me start to believe that. Obviously a fan of the sport of football. I know he plays football on the side here to keep himself into shape. But I've seen this kid when he first started. One heck of an athlete, actually. This is going to be quite interesting to see someone with the experience and the agility of Zack James versus someone with less experience and just massive, massive heart to get to where he's at, and that's the Ultra X title belt here.
Absolutely, the champion does have desire, trying to create that legacy here in UCW. He's got the strap, so he's well on his way, Martin Casals. But you're right, he's facing a veteran here in UCW in the prime of his career, I might say. And that man is none other than Zack James, the high flyer. He's an incredible athlete, maybe the best athlete, pure athlete here in UCW Zero. Referee Junior Greenhorn now taking the belt over to our table. This is bound to be an incredible match. Two great athletes, of course. Manny Fresh. Manny Fresh is a two-sport athlete, professional wrestling. Also, he plays semi-professional football here. You may have seen that football jersey when he walked out, ladies and gentlemen. I believe his football team won the championship this year, and I think he's a leader on that team. He's a leader here in the ring. And listen to this crowd, Martin.
Look at this crowd going for both of these people. It is a fight, but I think, honestly, Manny Fresh has an entire crowd rooting that he is the future of this company here.
I talked to him in the dressing room as well. He does not believe he's the future. He believes right now he's on top of his game. It's only a matter of time before he not only has that Ultra X championship, but I think in the very near future, nice show of sportsmanship by Zack James and Manny Fresh. In the future, you got to believe, though, that Fresh has his eyes set on the ultimate prize here in UCW Zero, and that's that championship gold, the heavyweight championship.
as you should. Anytime you're competing in anything, you should plan to be the best at what you're trying to do, or why the heck are you trying to do it anyway?
Zack James, a tremendous technical wrestler. Sorry to butt in there. I just want the folks at home to watch Zack James work. He can get out of it. You talk about people like Dean Malenko, man of 1,000 moves. This guy's the man of 2,000 moves, and he's got 2,000, 3,000 reversals. He can get out of anything, as you see right there. Look at that. Tremendous wrestler is Zack James, and, of course, Sierra Rose right beside him. And now Zack James tying Manny Fresh into a pretzel. He may break his arm right out of the socket, Casals.
I've wrestled Zack James many a time, and as I was telling the folks before you were able to come back, this is a man that is probably one of my favorite opponents out of every people I wrestled. Zack James is a man that I thoroughly love wrestling. I think I learn something every single time, and this is a guy I honestly believe he is part of this future. And again, he isn't part of the prime like you said too.
Absolutely. He's a great wrestler. Two great wrestlers here tonight. We take nothing away from the champion. I mean, he's been a valiant, great champion. He's fought through things like dog collar matches, of course, with the Sea Snake Rocky Ocean, sending him straight out of the country. I hear Rocky Ocean's not even in the United States right now. I'm not sure if he's retired or what he seems to be doing. But Manny Fresh has made a name for himself. He brings the fans in. They love him. And, of course, Zack James, always a fan favorite. And now a nice side headlock by Zack James. And notice the way James really applies the pressure, but a nice reversal by Manny Fresh.
And there's a technique to it, and Zack James has got it. You see the size difference between these guys. You could tell Zack James doesn't have the size that Manny Fresh does. So he's got to lean just a little bit harder to get that in. You can see he knows what he's doing. Obviously, with that reversal here into the abdominal stretch, Zack James knows what he's doing, knows how to use his size to his advantage.
Absolutely. Zack James going old school with that abdominal stretch. Oh, wait a minute now. Manny Fresh with a nice hip toss, and he puts Zack James right into that side headlock. What a great piece of wrestling we're experiencing here tonight. Oh, my goodness. There's that football attitude. But Zack James just did a kip up.
There's that agility that we were talking about, too. Agility of Zack James versus the size of Manny Fresh.
And, folks, Zack James is showing some attitude right now. Of course, he's a former Ultra X champion, is Zack James, and he wants that belt back as well. And if there's anybody who can do it, I think it is Zack James. But Manny Fresh now and Zack James seem to be jawing at each other. Wait a minute. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, and Fresh challenged him to a shoulder block, and Fresh didn't move. Fresh did not move, Martin Casals.
Well, what's going on here, I'm going to reference Mortal Kombat here, but it's test your might. Who has got the most in them is going to be technically sound. There we go. Just like we were talking, Zack James being smarter, the more experienced guy. He knows he's not going to outsize a man like Manny Fresh, but he can outsmart him. Smart him.
Absolutely. You saw that Zack James smarter than Manny Fresh there as he uses the spring of that second rope to add more force to that move. He takes Manny Fresh down, and now Zack James seems to be going to work. Oh, those kicks. You know, Zack James kicked me one time, Martin Casals. My sternum was bruised for about 2 years, I think.
I think it's still bruised there.
It's still bruised. From time to time, I aggravate that injury. Wow, and now Manny Fresh showing some strength. Manny Fresh showing a lot of strength here, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa.
Oh, but Zack James, there it is. What a show of athleticism. He lands on his feet. He's like a cat. James now hits the corner. Fresh, takes that kick to the back. You heard it all the way across the arena.
I almost felt that. You know what? I want to get in the ring, but I think I'll let him take a little beating right now.
Wow. That's all I can say. This is, oh my goodness. There's that legacy. There's that desire, ladies and gentlemen, as Manny Fresh kicks out of a devastating move by Zack James. Sierra Rose constantly cheering on her man. But, you know, I'm really proud of Sierra Rose. She's come a long way. She's got some great wrestling acumen as well. And with Zack James and Sierra Rose, these two are Ucw Zero's power couple, to say the least. Of course, you know, Cassidy in Paradise. Oh my goodness.
Wow. You can see him taking that right, like you said earlier. This apron is the hardest part of this wrestling ring. This is no trampoline like some people think, but that right there is straight steel on that side of the apron. You can see Zack James. Oh!
Absolutely. Manny Fresh feels like he's got an opening now because Zack James hit the corner of that apron. Again, the hardest part with almost a sickening thud, ladies and gentlemen. he has got not only to have the wind knocked out of him, but that had to take some physical toll on Zack James. I've seen him come back from a lot, but ladies and gentlemen, that was a one hard hit. And now Manny Fresh.
Deacon, you've been a wrestler before, and you had a great career. I hope you come back soon. But explain to the people at home who've never experienced a chop, like the likes of Ric Flair, what does a chop feel like?
Well, it's got multiple effects on people, Martin Casals. Obviously, you're going to feel the sting, but there's a tremendous amount of force behind those chops. And when you hit that chop, smack dab, as we say in Arkansas, right on someone's heart, it stops it for a minute. So it's a sting, but it's also like being punched all at the same time, and it stuns you. It really does. And wow, oh my goodness, Zack James with a right hand and then a right forearm once again. These two started out with a great show of sportsmanship, but I'm sensing that, a bit of attitude is picking up, a bit of aggression by these two. They like each other, but both of them want to win.
This is competition, Deacon. You've been in it. These guys have felt each other out, and now it's just about getting the shoulders to the mat and moving on. This is a heavyweight title shot here that we're going for in the future. So this is something you got to fight for.
And the Ultra X Championship, of course, tonight. One of the more prestigious titles in Ucw Zero. Now the crowd chanting once again. They wanted to see more great action here in UCW. Manny Fresh with a big fist to the midsection of Zack James. And now that forearm clubbing down on the back of the head of Zack James, exacting the kind of punishment that has made him a champion, the champion that he is today. Folks, if you like the things you're seeing tonight, be sure and check us out on Facebook, UCW Zero Wrestling, and, of course, on Twitter. We also want to thank our sponsors tonight, McNeil Engineering, and, of course, that great Mexican food you've had at Martin Casals from La Frontera.
Oh, yes, I love La Frontera. That is a place my buddy owns that restaurant, and I think it's an amazing restaurant, not just because he owns it, but I found that out later on in my life, and I love it. And you can hear these people going insane for Zack James. Do not give up, because right now you have no wind in you. When you have no wind, your body's harder to move. Oh!
I'm hoping for some free burritos next show, champ. What do you say?
I will talk to the man, and let's see if we can get some free burritos. I would love some burritos right now.
Absolutely. Now, Manny Fresh has got the sleeper hold, and he's got the scissors wrapped around. Folks, this is a submission move. You can see that Zack James is, I think he's out. Referee Junior Greenhorn has grabbed that arm, not once, but twice. If it goes down again, and wait a minute. Maybe he heard the voice of his love, Sierra Rose, cheering him on. Zack James once again reaching deep down with it. That's what I'm talking about.
Smart.
He turns that submission move into a pin move, Martin Casals.
Flipping it around. I love it. You can see the experience out of Zack James. Again, he's one of my favorite opponents. Oh, something out of nothing. That's why I love this man, and when I'm in the ring with him, that's why I hate this man. But he makes you better every time you're in the ring with someone like Zack James.
Manny Fresh's brain had to hit off his skull on that one. A huge kick by Zack James, and now Zack James wants to show Manny Fresh that if you want to hold that belt, you've got to earn it here in UCW Zero. Nice clothesline by Zack James. Wait a minute, here comes the stomp. James now. Let's see what he does. Oh, mule kick right to the midsection. And here comes that curb stomp on Manny Fresh. Folks, this is it. This is going to be it. And we have he kicked out. Wow.
Deacon, I've been on the other end of that, let's just call it curb stomp straight up, and it is not a good feeling. You lose your where you're at. Everything goes bright for a while, and if you're, it's just instinct for these wrestlers now. Someone who's been in the ring like me a little bit, you hear a 1 and a 2 count, you try and kick out, but you don't know where you're at with after a move like that.
Absolutely. What an incredible show of fortitude by Manny Fresh, and now a powerbomb. This could be it. A 2 count. Oh my goodness. Manny Fresh, I thought, was going to pull this one out. Folks, Deacon of Doom alongside Lucha Underground star Martin Casals. We're in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Ultra X Championship is on the line tonight. Money, Manny Fresh, Desire, Legacy versus the veteran Zack James, I think the greatest athlete in UCW, and we've had one hell of a match tonight. And now Manny Fresh talking to the crowd. He's going to finish this one, but Zack James with a series of elbows. Oh my goodness.
You can see the inexperience there, Manny Fresh. You've got the guy. You've just been fighting for a good 10 minutes. Finish him. The crowd's there for you. Oh, and he paid with his face.
A face wash by Zack James, and Manny Fresh may not be conscious right now, Martin Casals, as Zack James now dragging him to the center of the ring. You know, Zack James has shown a lot of aggression in this match, and you see it right there. He's a fine wrestler, but when he has to pull out what he has to pull out, when he has to be a brawler, he can do it, and now he goes to the top rope. What's going to happen here? Zack James, no, nobody home.
This is Manny Fresh's opportunity right here. Take advantage of it, kid.
And Manny Fresh picks Zack James up once again. Went there, oh my goodness. He just adjusted Zack James's spine. And folks, this one's over. This one is over.
One hell of a match here we had here.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and still UCW Zero Ultra X champion, Manny Fresh. We have had a fine night of wrestling here, Martin Casals. Every one of our matches, main event quality. This one was as well. The Ultra X champion, Manny Fresh, holds on to his belt for one more night. But you've got to think, and I saw it tonight, Martin Casals, Zack James is hungry. He is hungry.
Zack James has always been hungry ever since I've known him. I think this is one hell of a competition with both of them. Looks like the fans, as you can hear them, they're definitely in agreement. This is one hell of a competition and a well-fought match.
Absolutely. It was a match for the ages, and you've got to think these two are going to hook it up again in the near future. This thing ain't over. Folks, we'll be right back with more wrestling action. Welcome out the UCW Zero Ultra X champion, ladies and gentlemen, Manny Fresh.
And folks, we have Manny Fresh, the current Ultra X champion, coming out here for this battle royal. The contestants here will be in the ring, and the last one remaining inside that ring is going to face Manny Fresh at Seasons Meetings for that Ultra X title. A belt that, hey, I have started. I do say I've been in this company for a while. So just to say, this is one heck of a title to hold. When you're the Ultra X title holder, you know that your next goal is the heavyweight championship. And by having this title, you prove that you're a contender and one of the best in the company here.
How we all doing tonight? Hey, come on, man. I took a shower before I came. You got to give that to me. Come on. But
Thank
no,
God
on a real serious note, I wanted to come out here tonight and say thank you to all of you. You guys give us a chance to come in these ropes and do what we love to do. You guys give us a place to call home.
I agree
You
with that.
give me the opportunity to put a smile on my 4-year-old son, Destin Elias Smith's face. Thank you. But on that second note tonight, what's going to happen UCW Zero management asked me who I wanted to have as my next competitor, and I'm a man of opportunity. I wanted to give the entire UCW Zero roster a chance to become a #1 contender at the UCW Zero Championship at season beatings. So what's going to happen tonight, we're going to have an over-the-top rope man battle royal. And the winner will face Manny Fresh December 20th at season beatings. And I hope to God you all are there because I love the freaking face of all of you. But just remember one thing, Fresh is the future and you create your own legacy.
I actually have to agree with that. You create your own legacy. I'm a very big proponent of what you think is what actually will happen. If you think you're going to lose something, you probably are right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
win
the following
you have a better
contest
chance.
is a battle royal.
I'm not saying you're going to win every
with
time,
a 60-minute
but I think you have a better
time
chance.
limit.
It's a philosophy that
The
I
only
definitely
way to
agree
win
with.
is by
you know what?
eliminating your opponents from
Manny
the ring
Fresh
over the
coming
top
over here and
rope.
thanking the
And
UCW
the last
fans,
man
and I do have to agree
will
with
be
him.
the
Thank you,
winner.
fans.
That
Thank you
winner
here
will then be
on the
granted
internet.
a match
Thank you
for
here,
the
those people in the
UCW
arena
Zero
here today.
Ultrax Championship
Without you,
facing Money Manny Fresh
without
at
wrestling fans.
Seasons beatings. Are
Wrestling
you ready?
does not exist.
Let's
So
hear it
thank you
for our
from
battle
all
royal.
those who are watching and all those who attend any sort of pro wrestling show around the world. And here we go now. We're having a battle royal for the Ultra X #1 contendership at Seasons Beatings. Starting off first here with Durango Kid, David the Destroyer, the Power Couple, Zack James. Now they're coming out too fast for me to say, but you know what? A lot of guys are trying to prove something. A lot of guys want that title around their waist because it's a mark. It means I am one of the top competitors here in this UCW company and this western region of the United States of America, the best country, I believe, in the world, and I've traveled to quite a few other ones.
Absolutely. You know, people love the Battle Royal. It's going to be every man for himself in that ring tonight. Of course, the winner of the Battle Royal, as I stated in the ring, Martin Casals, will be the #1 contender for the UCW Zero Championship belt. And, you know, Money Manny Fresh is in the audience. He's watching this. Wait a minute, Chip just sprayed Braden Austin with some kind of spray right in the face. And Austin now finds himself outside the ring.
Did Braden Austin go over the top rope?
He did not.
So Braden Austin is still in this match. This isn't one of these matches. I love and I hate these matches. It's something a little bit different. It's something the fans really enjoy. And as you see, Sierra Rose destroying the chest of one of the UCW rookies here.
Absolutely, Martin Casals. I want to say right off the bat, this is one of the hardest kinds of matches to call as an announcer because there's so much action going on. It's hard to keep focused on what really is happening. And you can see in your monitors right now, it really is hard to see. Chip now going right after Braden Austin. He sprayed something in his face, some kind of cologne or perfume. I can smell it over here. Zack James now going right after David the Destroyer.
And so,
it looks like, wait a minute now. Is David the Destroyer? Did he go over?
Does he go over?
Absolutely.
David the Destroyer is eliminated. They're doing the smart thing, and I was going to say strategy-wise, go for the big guy. Double team that big guy because he's going to be the guy that's going to be a lot easier to throw you littler guys around. As you see, not a lot of huge men in there right now. Zack James, oh my gosh.
Absolutely. I mean, if I were to say who were going to win this match, I would have thought it would have been David the Destroyer. He weighs in at 260 pounds. Clearly the biggest man in the ring tonight, and it took a double team to get him out now. Zack James, you can see in the corner of your monitor trying to discharge, if you will, the Durango Kid, and now Dante Acosta viciously attacking young Chase Earl. And wait a minute, now Chip now pushes Dante Acosta away. There's Sierra Rose in the middle of the ring. And Zack James I thought he got rid of the Durango Kid, but the kid held on.
Look at the Durango Kid holding on for dear life. He wants that Ultra X title shot. And Zack James, again, always a guy that knows how to use his weight, pushing him out, and it's a fight at this point.
Sierra Rose has been eliminated. She makes her way to the back, and now Chip continues to work on young Chase Earl. with a chop,
Chase Earl still in the corner. Been having a rough go of this whole match. It seems like the UCW roster is taking it to the Young Buck here. A little bit of fight left, and Chase Earl fighting a little bit more back here. But
Come on,
like you
Chase
said
Earl.
earlier, there is too much action to call.
Double bulldog by Zack James.
Smart wrestling by Zack James.
Wow, and now Chip continues to stomp away on Dante Acosta, who holds on in the fetal position for his dear life, trying desperately. Can you imagine if one of the members of Team Bad actually got that Ultra X Championship belt? They would hold almost all the belts besides the champion. There's Chip with a Bronco Buster on the Durango Kid.
That is an
my goodness.
Oh, he's getting his own kind of sick, twisted pleasure out of that. Oh,
Zack
James going out.
Referee Junior Greenhorn just informed us that Zack James was thrown over that top rope. I thought Zack James, if there's anybody who deserves that championship, it is Zack James, but he seems frustrated right now. He will go. Did Chase Earl? Oh, and he got stomped out. Young Chase Earl is out. Looks like Dante Acosta, Braden Austin, the Durango Kid, and the eccentric one, the exotic one, the erotic one, Chip, still in the ring.
And you have to think about it this way. These guys, Dante Acosta and Braden Austin, are tag team champions. They're going to be at an advantage at this point, but at the same token, there's only one Ultra X title. Are they going to throw everybody out here and go at it one-on-one with each other?
Oh, my.
Looks like they may not get a chance.
Wow. Durango Kid and Chip now seem to be working together, but there's Chip on the back of the Durango Kid. Wow. Chip, oh my goodness, a neck breaker by Chip. Durango Kid neck snapped on that. He's getting up, he's getting up right now, but Chip continues to stomp away Braden Austin and Dante Acosta, maybe with some nice strategy right here, Martin Casals. Biding their time, playing possum, if you will, trying to let Chip and the Durango Kid do what they're going to do to each other so that they remain in that ring.
See, here's one thing you got to think about is you got a tag team there that is in the ring with you, going for the same title shot that you're going for.
What in the world is Chip doing?
Now, I never known Chip for intelligence, but you know him for mind games, and there is a tag team in sync super kicking the hell out of Chip's face, and that's what he gets for leading a team that's wrestled together for the past few months, tag team champions, leaving them alone when you're in a match with them together.
And you've got to think that Braden Austin and Dante Acosta, Team Bad, 2 tons of awesomeness, have got, oh, wait a minute now. There goes the Durango Kid. Austin hung on. You've got to think now it's going to be 2-on-1. These two working together. Braden Austin, Dante Acosta going after Chip. Wait a minute.
Oh, my gosh.
They both held on. I thought Chip was going to take that #1 contender spot.
I am honestly rooting for Chip here. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, and Chip gave him the double tongue. Oh, my God. Chip's the #1 contender.
Ladies and gentlemen,
One
here
heck
is
of
your
a
winner
way.
and the #1 contender to the Ucw Zero Ultra X Championship. He is Chip.
You got to give it to Chip that way. Always a mind game specialist. Always going for his own pleasure there. Get your glasses out of my face, kid. But you know what? It's a good, an awesome use of resourcefulness, pulling down that rope. When you're being double teamed, use what you got. And that's mind games and the smartness to move out of the way when you got 2 people charging at you.
You know the fans chanting for Chip. They love Chip. He's an interesting character, to say the least. Manny Fresh is going to have his work cut out for him at Season's Beatings as he takes on Chip. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with our main event of the evening, Deacon of Doom alongside Martin Casals.
BR Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero, Utah's best live pro wrestling action in Salt Lake City, Utah, at the UCW Training Center, 47 South Orange Street. Tickets are $10 for general admission and $3 for kids 6 and under. Doors open at 6 p.m. and bell time is 6:30 p.m. For more information, go to www.ucwzero.com or call 801-699-7977. And remember, do not try this at home. We are trained professionals. Leave it to us. We are Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero. Motivational pain.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit and is the last match for round 2 of the Ultra Championship Wrestling Zero Heavyweight Championship Tournament. Introducing first, weighing in at 210 pounds from Pocatello, Idaho, the Pitbull, Jason Jaxon.
Welcome back here, folks, to UCW Wrestling. We are at the main event of the evening, round 2 of the Ucw Zero Heavyweight Championship Tournament. We got the eccentric, the crazy, the guy who almost hit me with a water bottle, Jason Jaxon. A man that I have many battles with, a man I do have to say that I've become close with, a man who's kind of short, and that's something I'll always say to him. You know what? The shorter you are, the bigger your heart is, though. At least with this true case of Jason Jaxon.
And his opponent being accompanied to the ring by Bronson, weighing in at 189 pounds. From the Insane Asylum, he is Kade.
Kade, followed out by the eccentric Bronson. You know what? Jeremy, their mental asylum psychiatrist, letting them out. I really think I need to have a talk with this Jeremy guy because obviously, Jason Jaxon coming out of nowhere. Forget starting slow. 2-on-1, you got to think every time Bronson and Kade are in the ring, but when Bronson's on the floor, you're not too worried about him. Alrighty then. Jason Jaxon, a fireball of emotions, of energy, of talent. One of the hardest working wrestlers here in home, showing his athleticism, throwing Kade around, being smart, taking the outside man out, that is a Bronson, and starting this match off hot.
He's 1,000 volts of excitement, the most electrifying man of UCW Zero, Jason Jaxon, and he has taken it to Kade. Martin Casals, I was not sitting beside you. I saw the Pitbull run over and attack these two crazy men.
You know what? I'm very lucky that you didn't get caught in the crossfire. Jason Jaxon never been one to be known for his his calm temper. He's always a guy that seems very angry, very energetic, and a guy that has energy that never runs short. Oh!
Wow. You know, this guy has got to drink about a dozen energy drinks before he gets into the ring. He snaps up. He is on fire all the time, but Kade with a huge move of his own. And now Kade covers Jason Jaxon for the 2 count. You know, Jason Jackson's still pretty fresh. I'm not surprised he kicked out of that, but now Kade delivering a series of right hands to the cranium of Jason Jaxon. Jaxon now working his way up, and there's Kade choking away. Watch out for Bronson, ladies and gentlemen. He's right there.
Smart.
Oh, come on.
Smart wrestling by Kade. If you're going to be unethical, make sure the ref isn't there to see so you get caught and disqualified and you're not moving on to the next round of the heavyweight title tournament.
The reign of insane, no stranger to breaking the rules here in UCW Zero. The same remains tonight as Kade delivers a series of right hands to the midsection of Jason Jaxon. Now he puts his knee right into the side of the neck of Jason Jaxon. Greenhorn now admonishing him, asking him to back away from Jaxon to break the hold. They're in the ropes. Kade once again throws Jason Jaxon into that turnbuckle. Going for that Shazam, that elbow, he missed. Nobody home. Jason Jaxon, nice snap mare. And Jaxon now snaps that neck of Kade.
You can see the pain inflicted by Kade in Jason Jaxon right now, but still continuing, and nobody home on the splash.
Now Kade delivering right hands once again, trying to wear down the former UCW Zero champion Jason Jaxon. The Pitbull, he came out barking, and he's got a bite that goes with that bark, Martin Casals. But Kid Kade, no stranger to the squared circle himself. He's been around a long time. He's held every single belt there is to hold in this organization, and he is taking it to Jason Jaxon right now. And you've got to think that Jaxon is not only worried about Kade, but he's got to be thinking about Bronson out there as well.
You have to have eyes on the back of your head, as I've unfortunately said a few times tonight. But you know what? With these guys, ethics are out the window. just like right now.
Look at this. Look at that.
Jason Jaxon, if you have no wind, you have no energy.
Turn around, Greenhorn.
Come on, referee.
Referee talking to Kade, and oh my goodness, Kade delivers that huge shoulder block once again to the breadbasket of Jason Jaxon. Bulldog on Jaxon.
Come on, Jaxon.
2 count on Jason Jaxon, and now Kade goes to that. It's not a chokehold. You know, you can see it's not wrapped around his neck. He's not choking him. Referee Junior Greenhorn checking on that to make sure. Kind of a modified version of the sleeper hold, you might say.
Modified version. You see, it's not cutting off the windpipe. He's cutting off the nerves in your neck. If there's no blood to your brain, doesn't need to be air, but there's no blood to your brain, you're not really going to think straight, and you're just going to pass out.
All the blood cut off from the carotid arteries of Jason Jaxon is going to make him a bit woozy. He was able to hit that move, but he had no strength to get up. And now Kade, wait a minute now. Oh, my goodness. And Bronson was up on the apron. I think he thought it may have been a win. Now look at this, folks. You can't see it, or maybe you can. He's choking Jason Jaxon with his shin, putting all of his weight, or at least all the weight he can, on the neck of Jason Jaxon. That was an illegal move.
That was an illegal move. This is horseshit.
Kade just drops the big elbow on the top of his head. Horse manure it is, and now Kade continues to work. A series of, nice kick by Kade, and Jason Jaxon is in la-la land right now, ladies and gentlemen.
You see the focus. If you got a guy with a crazy amount, okay, I don't think that was to one of the thighs.
And look at the smile on Kade's face. He's happy with himself. And Jason Jaxon once again finds a way to dig deep down within and to kick out of that move. Kade seems to be upset with Junior Greenhorn, but it was a 2 count. We saw it all the way up here.
You know, you see the strategy here. They're working on his midsection and his head, trying to cut off the energy and the strategy, anything from Jason Jaxon. If you can't go anywhere, if you don't know where you are, you're not going to be very effective at kicking out.
Series of headbutts to the sternum of Jason Jaxon from Kade, and now Jason Jaxon, go! There's that Shazam Superman elbow by Kid Kade. Jaxon stumbling now out of the corner. Oh! Heel kick by Jason Jaxon on Kade.
Don't leave Jason Jaxon unattended. Just like a child at daycare, if you let him go, he will go nuts. He is a man, however, rather than being in daycare, he will come back and punch you in the face. As you see there, he kicked you in the face. So don't leave your eyes off Jason Jaxon, and he's coming back here with that rough clothesline, followed by another clothesline.
Jason Jaxon now exacting some revenge on Kid Kade. Nice suplex. And wait a minute, there's Bronson getting into the ring. Oh, what's he doing now? Jackson's got Bronson! Boom, yeah! Referee, you've got to do something. They're both in the ring. Shining Wizard by Kade to the side of the head of Jason Jaxon. Referee Junior Greenhorn now. Kade on top of Jaxon. This could be it. He kicked out.
You could see the toll on Kade's body as he covered nonchalantly on top of Jason Jaxon. Here's
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. That did it. That did it. Jason Jaxon did it.
Very nice.
Ladies and gentlemen,
sneaky.
Here is your winner, the Pitbull, Jason Jaxon.
Look at the face of Bronson. As you can see, he's very confused. Jason Jaxon, watch out for the chair.
No. Wait a minute now. Bronson takes the chair out of... Folks, I'm confused. He wants a mic. I'm going to give him the mic. I'm going to give him the mic right there.
Okay. Kade, I know you're pissed. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, my.
It's PG-14. I don't think you can say that here, Deacon Doom.
Look, shut up. Look, it's no secret that we haven't had the best of luck in tag team matches.
We're screwed because of you.
But this time last year, Pitbull, you were the top of the company. You came back, you defeated Martin, and you had the title.
That's not nice.
And look at you now. Tonight was a fluke, and you know that. Dallas took you out. Zack James took you out. And I'm giving you a solution. Together,
Solution?
we can take over.
Take
Pitbull,
over.
what I'm saying is, there is a method to my madness, always. And I want you to join the reign of insane.
Are you kidding me? Come on.
That's one heck of an offer.
The Pitbull's not going to join the reign of insane.
We've never known Jason Jaxon to be very normal or sane or thought process in any way. It may be feasible.
Listen, I know Jason Jaxon. I don't think there's a bone in his body that respects these two goons from the insane asylum, but
Too bad.
oh, he said no. Oh, he's attacking Bronson. He's got Kade. Spine buster. There's your answer, Bronson. There's your answer. Belly to back suplex on Kade. And Jason Jaxon just told the Pitbull, just told the Reign of Insane his answer. And by God, his answer is absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And they might put an exclamation point, but look, smart by Bronson, pulling him away because you know what? I've been on this side of that. Jason Jaxon has one heck of an elbow drop from the top. But you know, like you said, this is Jason Jackson's answer, and that is no.
Not as long as I got my dog pound behind me, you stupid son of a bitches.
Wow. Oh my
I'll
goodness.
see you guys at season beatings. The title comes back home to the dog pound.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a great night of wrestling entertainment here in Salt Lake City. Once again, check us out on Twitter and on Facebook. I'm the Deacon of Doom alongside my broadcast partner for the evening, Martin Casals. It's been our pleasure calling the action, and we'll see you next week right here at UCW Zero headquarters.